For over 2,000 years, this island has stood as a sacred realm of kings and monks, temples and rivers, stupas and stories. But its beauty and its position in the Indian Ocean made it a constant target. Throughout history, Sri Lanka faced over 20 foreign invasions, and 17 of them came from just across the sea, the Indian subcontinent. This is the story of those invasions, and the Sinhalese kings, warriors, monks, and villagers who rose together to defend their land, their faith, and their freedom. In the 3rd century BCE, two Tamil horse traders, Sena and Guttika, arrived in Lanka for commerce, but they saw a fractured kingdom ripe for conquest. With their private militia, they overthrew King Suratisa and seized Anuradhapura. They ruled for 22 years, the first instance in recorded history when foreign forces ruled the island. Eventually, King Elara reclaimed the throne, restoring native sovereignty. In 2nd century BCE, Elara, a prince of the Chola dynasty, landed with a professional army. He overthrew King Elara and ruled Anuradhapura. Despite being a foreigner, Elara gained a reputation for fairness and justice, but the spirit of the island longed for freedom. From the southern kingdom of Ruhuna rose Prince Dutugemunu, a warrior with a vision to unite the land. After a series of fierce battles, Dutugemunu defeated Elara in single combat. In an act of grace, he built a stupa over his fallen foe's tomb, honoring valor even in the enemy. In the 1st century BCE, 5 Tamil warlords, Pulahada, Bahia, Panyamara, Pilayamara, and Dathika, seized power one after the other. Each ruled briefly in a time of chaos. Temples were destroyed, the Sangha scattered, the sacred Dhamma stood on the brink. King Valagamba, once forced into hiding, returned with strength and faith. After defeating the last invader, he became not just a king, but a protector of the Dhamma, overseeing the writing of the Tipitaka, preserving the Buddha's words for future generations. In 993 CE, the mighty Chola Empire, led by Rajaraja Chola I, invaded Lanka with devastating force. Anuradhapura, the sacred city of kings, fell. Temples were looted, monasteries burned. The spiritual heart of the island was shattered. For nearly 75 years, the Cholas ruled from Polonnaruwa, reshaping Lanka's political and religious landscape. But from the forests of Ruhuna, hope returned. A young prince named Kithi, once forced into hiding, began to unite clans, monks, and warriors under a single cause. For 2 decades, he fought against the Chola Empire, outnumbered but never outwilled. In 1070 CE, he emerged victorious. The Cholas were expelled, Buddhism was restored, and the island rose from the ashes. Prince Kithi became Vijayabahu the Great, the king who reclaimed the land and revived the spirit of the Sinhalese nation. In 1215 CE, a new and terrible shadow descended upon Lanka. Magha, a warlord from Kalinga in eastern India, landed with an army of 24,000 mercenaries, many drawn from South India, including Tamils and Keralites. His invasion brought devastation on a scale the island had never seen. Temples were destroyed, sacred scriptures were burned, monks were hunted and driven into exile. Relics were hidden in caves and forest monasteries. The ancient civilization of Rajarata, already weakened, finally crumbled. For the first time in centuries, the spiritual and political heart of the island was thrown into chaos. Lanka had fallen into darkness, not just in power, but in soul. Though Magha's conquest devastated the heart of Lanka, his reign would not last forever. From the forested highlands of Dambadenya, a new resistance quietly took root. In 1232 CE, a noble leader named Vijayabahu III emerged not with an army at first, but with purpose. He gathered the scattered monks, recovered sacred relics, and began to restore the Sangha and the Dhamma. He offered the people hope, not through war, but through faith. But the struggle was far from over. His son, Parakramabahu II, took the fight further. A warrior scholar and poet king, He launched campaigns to reclaim the land and drive Magha's forces from the island's sacred core. By the mid-13th century, the nightmare of Magha had ended. The spiritual heart of the island beat once more. From the ashes of Rajarata, a new kingdom rose, and with it, a cultural and religious revival that echoed for generations. But battles were not won by swords alone. Over centuries of struggle, Sri Lanka gave birth to its own martial art, Angampora. More than a fighting style, Angampora was a philosophy, blending physical combat, pressure point strikes, meditation, and spiritual discipline. Passed from master to disciple in secret, it became a powerful symbol of resistance against foreign rule. In the shadows of empire, Angampora kept the flame of freedom alive. Through fire and sword, invasion and loss, the soul of Lanka endured. The kings may have fallen, the cities may have burned, but the spirit of the Sinhalese people could not be conquered. Their language lived on, their culture persevered, and their devotion to the Dhamma remained unshaken. History remembers the invaders, but it reveres those who stood their ground. The chronicles of Lanka do not just record kings and conquerors. They preserve the spirit of a civilization, warriors, monks, and guardians of a sacred tradition. And so, the soul of Lanka endures, not just in ruins and relics, but in every word, every chant, and every heartbeat of her people.